All right, how we doing out there? I'm up a little late because I had a package come through. I'm doing an invisible screen tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? But anyway, oh, my fountain needs water. So anyway, we talked about this quite a few times, and I've actually gone on to the internet quite a few times, searching for projection screen setups with ultra short throws involving ultra short throw projectors to see if we could find any demonstrations of massive screen sizes and fully lit environments, which we have not found. I'm going to be doing another search tomorrow, or day is tomorrow anyway. But anyway, as you can see, this is my screen at 150 inches. On the floor, we're using our NEC projector. I got that for 60 bucks on eBay. They go for around under $200. We advise this for customers all the time. And yesterday we did the demonstration painting a customer's screen 150 inches, same material, absolute black, downstairs showing that screen off in a max out zone. So as I told you before, that our technology is the best when it comes to ultra short throw setups because there is none that match us. And if you don't believe us, go do the research. Find out how many people are displaying on 150 inches in a fully lit environment on a $60 720p projector. You won't find any. You'll find a bunch of P2s and you'll find some expensive Epsons and whatever you'll find, but I realize one of those demonstrations will be on a small little screen at recommended sizes. This projector, again, they weren't designed for home theater. They were developed for schools and office buildings and so forth. And small, actually, recommendation for that projector is 80 inches. That's it. But yet, we can come in here and we can do this. And we can pick it up at 190 degree viewing angle. Mind you, my screen size is 150 inches, which means it makes direct contact with my overhead lights. So there's no place for the screen to be able to hide. There's no protection whatsoever. It's right in direct line with the lights and the environment. And that screen can see a 100% black level. Screens we saw cannot. That's why they're in the dark, to try to pick up the contrast and color. Now, as that's playing over there, we mentioned about our $150 projector. This is my pride and joy, my 720p SVGA 600 by 800 projector that I paid only $150 for. And the reason why we use such low-end projectors in our demonstrations is because our customers can relate. They don't have to go out and spend all this money for these high-end overpriced projectors. They have options. So when people show off high-end projectors in their demonstrations, you are telling your customers that this is what you're going to have to pay for to get that. Let's go over and show you what this one's doing. Little commercial popping. Here we go. Let's take out, put our lights on. As I said, fully lit environment, which means when I get up, I can have my lights on here, I can have my lights on back there, and I don't have to worry about the screen washing out or ever fading. And mind you, my projector sits back 19 feet from my screen. Literally thought at 18 at one point when we did the measurements, we're back at 19 feet. Or something's a little bigger than I thought. And my screen size that sits in here, mind you, in a bay of windows, not with the windows here or here, with the windows here and here, so the light has no choice but to transfer back and forth across the screen. This screen comes in at 127 inches, 1610. This is a customized. All right, let's go swing back over here. We've got our ultra short throw setup over there. Now these are the screens, as I told you before. If you're not handy with a paintbrush, maybe you're not handy with sawing or whatever you want to do to build your frame, this is hanging up without a frame. There's no frame attached to this at all, period. Completely frameless. I'll be doing my walls tomorrow in here. Gotta do, we finally got the paint, thank goodness, to finish painting my walls back the way they are right now. So I'm gonna do some of my touch-up jobs in here around the house and get ready to set my new screen up in here, which I can't wait to do. Oh, let me show you something. Oh, I love doing this. So if you've seen me do this before, this is where I sit here and I show you my screen here and my screen in the next room. 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go over and show off when something's going to continually play. There we go. That's perfect. So I can sit here. I should be able to see the big cat here, or whatever that's going to come up, and I should be able to see the screen there with no problem. Now this is what we're going to be working on tomorrow. We're actually working on it right now. I'm actually stripping out the frame. We're stripping out the material, taking all that off. Got to pull out all the tacks. We're going to make our own rear projection screen. We built these before. This is nothing new, but we're going to make our own rear projection screen using a basic PVC tablecloth protector. Actually, I have a beta tester who did the same thing. He made a big screen. He made the biggest one I made was 120 inches. He's done, I think, about 150 inch one. Bigger, actually, really big. I'll show you the video. We'll put the video at the bottom. But he had a very large screen. This is one of my favorite ways to display screens because, again, when you're doing the ultra short throw projectors, the angle gain is extremely important because one of the problems that the ultra short throws have is they can't pick up on an angle. So we're screened to be 150 inches and can display on a $60 projector, mind you, not designed for the 150 inch. It's designed for 80 inches only, and we can still display. And you can see in the next room, my screen at 127 inches, that sits 19 feet, projector sits 19 feet back. So these aren't 4K and 1080p projectors. All my projectors downstairs in this area are 720p projectors. Which means when my customers come on and watch my demonstrations, they can go, I can afford that projector, not a problem. Not walking there and see an expensive projector staring them in the face. And the reason why, every time we go in and we hunt for these videos, and we see all these videos on 100-inch screens, because of course they're going to be on the recommended size screen. That screen is going to be able to give them the sharper, brighter image that's required from the projector, but even they're still sitting in the dark at 100 inches. We're in fully lit environments with screen sizes that are over, actually much bigger than the sizes they have on display. And mind you, we don't even have the ceiling turned on, and the ceiling's 180 inches. Floor is 160. So like I said, these are acoustic screens. The reason why they're fantastic is, like I said, if you're not handy with painting and, building a frame, well, like I said, that technology right there doesn't require it. We got one downstairs hanging up, that's the customers. Now this one is the gamer. Gamers are not available yet because we have to get done some stuff first before we can actually bring out the gamers. The sad part about it is these projectors sit up on Amazon and eBay, and people pass over top of them because they're 600 by 800 res projectors, and they sit there and think that picture quality is not going to come out all that great. Again, I keep telling you, it's your projection screen that's having the issue, because we're not having an issue with them at all. See how cheap I pay for a projector, a 600 by 800 res SVGA? Next to nothing. So a person to go out and spend $1,800, $2,000, $2,700, $3,300, $4,000 for a projector, and you still can't achieve what we're doing in this demonstration, and we're on a cheap $150 SVGA projector at 720p. That speaks volumes right there. Our customers have better projectors than our demonstrations. That's why we don't consider the certified screens a challenge, because in their demonstrations, again, high-end, high-powered, expensive projectors, customized calibrated projectors, ambient light controlled environments. How are you going to compete with us? You can take a $60 projector and turn it into this. So if we could take a $60 and $150 long throw and make them look like this, imagine what we do to 4K or a basic 1080p projector. So tomorrow, actually early, well, it is tomorrow already, but I'll just say earlier in the day, we're going to do a demonstration called Can They Match Us? Which means we're going to be hunting down certified screens, just about everybody we can possibly find that can match our 720p ultra short throw setup. We can't even find people to match the P2 promo. Still haven't been able to find that one yet. I haven't found one person to match the promo. Not one. Now, fantastic it feels to be the shop for projectors. I don't have to go through the headache of worrying about contrast. I don't have to worry about whether or not 720p or 1080p or 4K. I don't have to worry about calibrating. I don't have to worry about dark environments. I don't have to worry about the screen size. It's pretty much going to affect the performance of my my setup. None of that. You were saying, well, you know, I bought a. Ooh, look at that right there. I bought a the projector to do 150 inches. My projector can do 160. We can get 160, 170 out of these easily. So about 41, they were $4,100 when they first came out. And about $3,200 for the WeMax and the Valva projectors, just to be able to get a 150-inch screen, which they can't even achieve at 150 inches without losing the ability to be able to compress a tighter and more vivid image. There's the model number. Ooh, look at them. Look at the flowers over there. Freaking gorgeous on that side. Let me go. Which one we got for this one? All right, with some animals on that one. Remember, this is a remote control. Outer space screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's show you where we can go, where they can't go. We can pour 100% contrast level on a 150-inch screen in a fully lit environment. Ooh, what's this right here? That's the colors right there. I'm doing that one next. want to see what this one looks like.
When the plan is, there is no plan. It matters where you stay.
This one I love showing off because it's SVGA. This is a not old projector, but this is a cheap projector.
Discovered that even out here, you're never alone.
Look at the image on that. That's why I say calibrating. What the freak is calibrating? Why would I be calibrating a projector in this decade in time? Why? Why? The whole purpose of calibrating is to be to correct your colors. Why are you calibrating in the dark? That's even worse. The projectors have, all the ultra short throw demonstrations we've seen, the projectors have plenty of power. They do. They have more than enough power. The reason why they sit in the dark is because the contrast levels and colors wash out. That's why. Now, as I said before, we've done just about everything you can possibly think of when it comes to basically screen projection. We're going to start doing more on invisible technology. That's what that setup's being set up right there for. Outer space screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's a new one too right there. Looks amazing on this thing. Oh, these are gamers, that's why. Color looks insane on these. I said gamer and I forgot there's a gamers too in the next room. What gray screens, white screens will never, ever be able to achieve. Not in this lifetime, not in any lifetime. To pull a 100% contrast level. We can do it at 150 inches at $60 on the projector. I don't even know which screen to go to. This is what I do all day long. Walk around and look at both screens. There we go. I have to show up that angle gain, which is very important. So that background's coming up 100% black. We don't have any tan or gray discoloration. So I told you, imagine how amazing the technology looks with the lights on. They look even insane with the lights out. All demonstrations we've seen that they have to turn out their lights in order to make the screen look somewhat decent. Yeah. Lights out, this stuff is in a whole nother universe. And customers say this, my goodness, if you're pulling off images on screen sizes that big with the lights on, I couldn't imagine what this stuff looks like with the lights out. That dedicated theater room looks incredible up there. That's an absolute black. Same thing the customer has, the same thing. He's gonna put that screen in his dedicated setup. That light piercing across. Oh man, I'm watching that, but look at this, man. Look at the images coming off of this. That's why I tell you, guys, it's sad because the industry lies to you. And people think that they go on forum sites. I go on forum sites all the time and we talk about these 600 by 800 res projector. And the first thing we get is, oh, the resolution's too low and you're not going to be able to pick up the images correctly. You can't use it in the fully lit environment. It's a piece of junk. You might as well go with 4K. Blah, 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 blah. Then we show them the images we have here. What kind of projector is that? That is the 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector you were just in the room a few minutes ago talking about that doesn't work. Comes down to the screen. Because the pictures we saw from the person who displayed back to us, it looked like crap. But then again, that thing would have looked like crap on anything you put it on to begin with. You go out and you spend more money for a more high advanced projector just to get a little bit of a bump, a hiccup. That's all you're getting. Not really getting what you're supposed to be getting at the end of the day. Because your screen can't perform it. Nothing wrong with the projector, the screen can't pick it up. So you spend more money for more lumens because you want to use it in a more well-lit environment. You spend more money for more color processing capabilities and higher contrast and higher resolution just so you can pick up a hiccup. What's the point of having a P2 with a 2 million to 1 black contrast level if you're in the dark? And every time you do a contrast level, you have to be in a dark environment. I'm sorry if it bothers you, but it's the truth. It's your money at the end of the day. It's not mine. My customers can use these projectors at 150 inches, where everybody else has to go out and they have to spend a ton of money for their projector setups. And how do we prove this? Well, we go on YouTube and we actually go search the internet to see how many people are matching us. And there's none, not one. So next week I go projector shopping. I got 60. I like to have 70 because a couple other projectors I'm looking at buying. I'm not spending any money. I'm taking $500 with me. That's it. Now I got an option. I can get a bunch of multiple projectors, or I could go out and buy. Ooh, look at that right there. I can go out and I can just buy one of the 5,000. Yeah, 5,000 projectors for around $400, $500. And again, I don't have to worry about 4K. I don't have to worry about 1080p. I don't have to worry about calibrating. I don't have to worry about dark environments. None of that. No, that's freedom. That's absolute freedom. Here's my model number of my projector. Go look it up. And this also helps my customer, because when I get a customer who's buying a projector for the first time, I always ask them what kind of projector you have, and the first thing they'll say is, well, I don't have a projector yet. And I go, oh, goody. I got some places where I can see you get a really good, affordable projector. We run across a church who's doing a setup, and they don't want to spend a lot of money for a projector. Oh, fantastic. Let me hook you up with a merchant that we do business with, where you can get a projector for a cheap price. So we're going to have another challenge also. No, not toward that. We're done with that one. We're going to have another challenge with everybody on seeing how many people are doing demonstrations on projectors of our caliber behind us right now. 600 by 800, 720p SVGA. Only thing I don't like about doing the demonstrations at night is I don't get to get the sunlight coming through the windows. I love that. Yeah. So we've got customers that they got about 4 or 5 projectors. Yeah, 720p projectors. As a matter of fact, we got that invisible we're going to be doing tomorrow. Oh, we got a new form of visible black technology. Actually, we've been using it the entire time. It was transferred to the floor. And if anyone sits there and says, well, can that stuff take punishment? Yeah, it was a floor screen we first started off with. We've been walking on it every single day. So that's how we know that it's going to be to take all the punishment you could throw at it. We have another sheet sitting outside on plexiglass that sits in the grass. The rain, the snow, the sleet, whatever's out there, it's got to take it. I love this position right here. I love this the most. Just be able to see this and this. Let's go over and let's do, let me see, where are we on this one? I want to do 8K desired nature. This is my favorite to do. The screen pulls up just like an OLED TV. That's why I can't wait to start. We get our storefronts. We're not going to have expensive projectors in there. No. We're going to have all SVGA 720p projectors on display. Because when people look at the image, they're going to be expecting something expensive, something overpriced. We're going to give them a reverse sticker shock. We're going to come like, wait a minute, hold on. That's how much? That's 720p right there? That's not even 4K or 1080p? No. We can see outer space over there, and we can stand right here, and we can see our screen right there. I never display off too much of the contrast level. The big man. Look how big man sleeps over here. You don't even sleep like a normal person. Yeah, I'm talking about you. That's Taco's sofa. And people come over like, nah, you don't want to sit there. That's Taco's sofa. That's his. That's his sofa. Taco like, I got my own sofa. Oh, I forgot. Projector also sitting behind me has a 235.1 aspect ratio, which means basically he can do the full cinema mode. And since our screen's super jet black, we don't have to worry about putting those curtains up. You do know when people have gray and white screens and they try to do 235.1 on a screen basically that has a 16:9 aspect ratio, you could pull it off. You'll still get the whole thin screen across, but you'll still have that tan or white at the bottom where it's not being hit. These are jet black screens, so we don't have that issue. So what they do is Silver Ticket sells you these like curtains that go from the top to the bottom, so that way you can black out that gray look or that white look. Black screens don't have that issue because they're already black. On top of that, they're completely borderless. It's not required for you to have a border because the screen is 100% black. Now the hardest part for a gray and white screen, you see the background of the display. See how it's jet black? That's the hard part. That's the part that's going to come up looking tannish, more tannish, kind of grayish look to it. I ain't watching TV on this bad boy is a hoot. Okay. Sometimes I gotta run my time down. I'm already done, but I gotta run my time down because if not, they turn these into shorts. If they don't, I don't know why they do that nonsense. Pain in the neck. So, project for tomorrow, which is today. We're already in tomorrow, but I want to say it. We're stripping down that frame, getting that ready. And we're going to make our own rear projection screen using a tablecloth PVC. We've done these before. We've got customers that have done these before. This is a cheap way to build a screen without spending a ton of money for plexiglass. kind of consider it, you will, as a form of clear blackout cloth. That's what it is. And they stretch nice and tight. So we got the staple gun set up over there. We building that tonight and getting it ready for tomorrow. We do the spray on application. So we're probably going to do I'm going to get 3 of those screens because that paint we have downstairs is a 3-coat application. Now, this is where the bummer part pops up. It's not available for customers. You have to have a company to get that stuff. So that's why you don't see it on the website, because it's not available on the website. You have to contact us through email to require it, and business information will be required, as in a business tax ID number must be issued before we can send it over to you. We only make it for companies only. All right, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. Gotta go. God bless. And of course, we always thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.